What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family bringing you guys the latest update on the Dallas Cowboys.
I see DJ Crown.
J is first. Ancient
Jay
Brooks,
in the
what's
house.
up? Thanks for joining us here.
Congrats to DJ Crown J, champion. And without we can even say it, man.
$2 holla.
Thank you, bro.
The $2 drop, DJ. Always appreciate all the support. And guys, well, Ancient Brooks, if you haven't already checked out DJ's channel, make sure to do that.
You gotta subscribe, guys. ASAP. Buddy Johnson, thank you, man.
Doing?
Sorry for the late start, guys. Another two.
DJ Crown J with another $2 drop.
Man, you are the man.
Thank you, DJ.
I mean, we know we know what we're going to talk about tonight. Yeah. You know, it's going to be a lot of. We did a little earlier stream involving Dez Bryant changing off of the off the Cowboys and moving in a couple other receivers. We did a Madden stream. I did, and I talked it through about an hour. I thought it was pretty interesting just seeing them on the field and seeing what it would look like with a couple changes in here and there. So we're going to talk about that in a moment. I want to go over the coaching staff first. And
DJ Crown J with another $1 super chat. Thank you, DJ.
I got to put him up on the leaderboard.
Thanks for joining us. So
what's up, Super
DJ
Turk? How you doing?
Already. So yeah, Ancient Brooks, DJ wants to get to #1.
Well, you're tied right now with Dallas Cowboy football news, man.
There you go. So, and guys, thank you for joining us here. We do have quite a few things to talk about. There's been, once again, a few shakeups in the star.
A whole bunch.
And, of course, a lot of speculation about a few stars at the star. So, you know, baby, you want to jump right to it?
Let's do it, guys. You said about hitting like.
So,
if you haven't yet, hit that like for the stream, guys.
Yes,
hit subscribe.
Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already.
If you're new.
Of course, hit the bell. Tomorrow, guys, we will be at the Pro Bowl practice.
Can't wait.
Tucked away, asleep in bed, dreaming of Jason Witten and who knows
Travis
who else.
Frederick and DeMarcus Lawrence. We're going to hopefully see these guys. Guys, we're trying to enjoy it. We're going to be there at the practice. It's going to be fun. We see any Cowboy fans, we're going to give these out. And those that have, there he is, first place.
DJ with a $5 super chat. Thank you, DJ.
You're the man.
Again, for all your continued support.
Guys,
man.
You have to go follow the link in our description. Follow the link. If you post it on here, please do.
Yeah, make sure I think I still have it.
Make sure you guys go to his site and subscribe now. We'll take a minute. We'll wait. When you come by, you guys come right back. But make sure you subscribe. Everybody in here, shout everybody out for me, baby. When you get a chance, I know you. And I'm gonna fix the leaderboard here. You are now in first place. Dallas Cowboy Football News, guys. We did a podcast with him, Dallas Cowboy, with DJ Crown J, Dallas Cowboy Football News, Space Cowboy, and Cowboys legend, LL.
Well, first, DJ Crown J,
make sure you guys sub up to them
being
too.
Here. Xavier B, Virginia's finest, Ancient Brooks, Super Turk 43, Buddy Johnson, thanks for being here. All you guys, thank you for joining us here.
Yes.
And of course, if you are here, make sure to drop your name down in the chat so we can say hi.
Yeah, we can shout you out.
You know, we'll hop right to it. Give me 1 second. Let me find.
Just changing the numbers, guys. We got our top 5 officially on the board. As I said, our fifth week in a row champion, DJ Crown J. He's our donation champ. He's the king sponsor of this channel. We have a lot of them, but he's the king sponsor. And we have a lot, some from Philly. Yeah, Philly. Pittsburgh. Some Patriots. Some Broncos. There's a whole, I think, a Minnesota Viking out there. A lot of representation from all over the NFL right here in my Cowboys family. So we love to have you guys on here.
There you go, guys. I just dropped 5th quarter Cowboys, DJ Crown J's channel, the link in the description down below. So Sebastian Flores, thanks for joining us. So if you haven't already subbed up, go do it, guys. He already has some great content out, and we know there's great content more to come.
Yeah, on the way for sure.
So we're excited. So Ryan, thanks for being here. So, guys, let's go ahead and just jump right to it.
All right, so let's start with the coaches, guys. First and foremost, let's start with Jason Garrett. All right, no, he's not fired. He's still there. All right, he is not on the hot seat according to Jerry Jones. Okay, when he said a lot of things today, Jerry Jones. That was one of them. He said basically he said his new assistant coaches are getting multi-year deals. Keep this in mind because we're going to be talking about a couple new ones right now, but. These new assistants that we already hired, one of them being Chris Richard from Seattle, which I think is a great pickup. Other ones, you know, Paul Alexander from Cincinnati, offensive line coach. So these guys are getting multi-year deals. It's not a one-year thing and then a trial thing. So we got to hope these things work because Jason Garrett's going to just entrust it to the offensive coordinator Lenahan and to the offensive coaches, the position coaches. So we'll see. But Jason Garrett has nothing to worry about, I guess. That's what Jerry Jones is saying. He said that he expects Jason Garrett to coach the Cowboys beyond 2018. We don't like to hear that. You know that. So that's one part about the coaching thing. But now let's talk about the actual coaches that are here now, okay? Yes. Jerry Jones confirmed that the Cowboys have reached an agreement with running backs coach, Gary Brown. He's the one we've had with Zeke past couple years. He's been pretty good. He was going to go with Gruden to the Raiders. They signed somebody else. He's staying in Dallas. He was also being looked upon by the Texans. So Gary Brown solidified as, returns as the running backs coach for the Dallas Cowboys. Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones' son, vice president of the Cowboys, said that they are closing in on a deal. So it's not 100% yet. Probably tomorrow, or the next day.
But there's still, but it's pretty much confirmed.
Yeah, the special teams coordinator, guys. That was Rich Bisaccia. He went to the Raiders with Gruden. Keith O'Quinn is pretty much it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when that signature hits and the ink dries. Yeah. So they're closing in on a deal for Keith O'Quinn, special teams coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. So that's a second coach that we just added today. Well, we have a third coach, guys, and he's familiar. He was in the practice squad last year. We all love to hate him, but they say he has the brain. Kellen Moore officially is look. They said it wasn't official. The way he worded it was unofficial. But it was as official as it can be. You know what I'm saying? Without actually, again, seeing the signature on the paper. Contract. Right. So So guys, the thing about this,
Dallas Cowboy Judge says that he thinks Moore is going to surprise people, and you know what? I agree. Thanks for joining us here, by the way.
Yes, what's up, and guys, sub up to him
Finest, too. What's up? So and again, I think we both have pretty positive thoughts about Kellen Moore as a coach. We're willing to give him a chance and see what he has.
Clean slate. Yeah. Let's see what happens. So that's the one thing. Now people ask, well, how is this going to affect Dak Prescott? I mean, think about it. They're just basically teammates. Yeah. He's going to be the coach. So basically, when you think about development, it's not going to fall to Kellen Moore. Okay, it's going to fall on the shoulders of Scott Linehan. He's going to be the one that's going to be developing and working with Dak. We can only hope. I mean, he has worked in a lot of passing offenses. I'm not saying ours is that kind of offense. That's where I disagree with him. But maybe he does, or we will be able to develop Dak. I'm hopeful. I'm all support of Dak, and I'm all in. I mean, I just want him to do well. But he's got to get more consistent, and he's got to have better blocking too, and better coaching. Yes, I said it, coaching. Maybe this is the year Garrett steps in once in a while and says, you know what? Okay, I'm going to overrule you, Linehan. Let's run the ball 3 times rather than pass the ball 3 times on the goal line. So just think about that. So I guess what Kellen Moore is going to provide is more of a game planning, something that makes things easier for Dak Prescott as a quarterback, relating to him in the same generation, in the same group. He was a teammate of his, so
I don't know. Let's see what kind of a new perspective he can bring. I mean, we know he does have football intelligence, football knowledge, but obviously fails to execute. So I'm willing to let his brain do the work for a little bit, and again, let's give him a chance. That's it. If he doesn't work out, we look elsewhere.
And I can't agree more with that. Now, you said earlier maybe about the Pro Bowl. You do know, of course, that we have DeMarcus Lawrence, we have Travis Frederick, and because Zach Ertz made the Super Bowl with the Eagles, of course, we have Jason Witten in there now, 2 guys. So we're going to see those 3 guys tomorrow. 2 guys we're not going to see, unfortunately. And Fiance said this last night, and it was confirmed today, but I had missed it. I knew Zach Martin. We knew Zach Martin was out with the shoulder surgery he just had recently, so he wasn't going to play this Pro Bowl game. So he's been replaced by Try Turner from the Carolina Panthers. But Tyron Smith, of course, with his back issues, whatever, he's just going to skip on this one and bypass it. And he's being replaced by San Francisco's Joe Staley, a guy that we've mentioned on here that might, maybe is a good pickup to back up Tyron Smith. Now, I don't think it's going to be possible to get someone like him. In our stream earlier, we showed 2 guys that I think are really good chances for that. Cameron, which was Earl brought him up. Cameron Fleming, the backup right tackle for the New England Patriots. And I think that he could be somebody that could be affordable and work for us as a backup. Again, a backup. Now, he's kind of young. If you want somebody with a little more, I guess a little more experience, you want to go with the Atlanta Falcons, Austin Pastor. All right, he's a backup right tackle as well. He's going to be somebody that's going to be affordable out there. Okay, let me give you his numbers. He's 6'7", 305 pounds. Wow. I think he's actually bigger than that. He plays tackle, but he also plays guard. So he's a swing tackle. He can play guard. That's the kind of guy you want as depth.
Exactly. And again, when you look at what the Cowboys have been doing lately with signing these guys and getting these guys that are a little more versatile, that can occasionally play, that extra spot. you know, it makes a difference. Like, again, look at Byron Jones, the way we've been able to use him. And, I mean, again, if I go through a list of every player that's played, you know, a slightly different spot, we'd be here all week.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So anyway, that's the point. I like the Cowboys looking at guys like that.
Yeah,
Hopefully we can pick one of those guys.
Cameron Fleming, who's the back, he's officially the backup to New England Patriots right tackle, offensive tackle. He can play both sides. He's 6'6", 6'6", 320 pounds, so he's bigger, like wider. But I don't know. I would like someone like Pastor who has 5 years experience right now. This will be the 6th year. That's what we want. We want somebody a little more solid, someone who's been around in the league. You know, he's somebody who can definitely be a backup to Tyron Smith. And you know you need a good one. You can't have a rookie just thrown in there, guys. So
I know. Sorry,
let us know in the comments if you're watching this in replay or right now in the stream. Let us know what you think about these last things about the coaches and about this this free agent situation when it comes to the backup to Tyron Smith. So, yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. It's just DJ said, losing season, 2 of our players become rappers. You can't make this up.
Exactly. It's like season's over. 7 days later, we got 80 stings by
Newman,
Cole
what's
Beasley.
Up? Sports Highlights. Thank you for joining us
Newman.
here, guys. Let me see. Rabbit, what's up?
Rabbit.
No, so anyway, let's continue on with the news. Sorry, I didn't mean to
No, it's all good. I'm just kind of running around here because if we want to talk about free agents, which we do talk on here, and I'm saving Dez Bryant for last, don't worry. Free agents, guys, speaking of a Dez Bryant situation, if you want someone or two of these receivers that are out there that are veterans, but not like, you know, they're still kind of young. You got John Brown. We've mentioned him multiple times from the Arizona Cardinals. I'm a big fan of his. He's small. He's not tiny though. He's 5'11", 175 pounds. So he's like skinny, tiny, but not like he's not the shortest receiver. He's not like a Beasley who's 5'10", or what do you call it, Switzer or Beasley. That's short. He's a little bit taller, but he's faster than all of them. And he could stretch the field. I think he'd be a major upgrade for us, and a viable guy we can get to afford him with the salary cap. We'll be able to open up with cutting Skanderick and Mayowa and Hanna and those kind of guys. Well, also another guy we might want to look at is Taylor Gabriel from the Atlanta Falcons. Yes, another Falcon. Taylor Gabriel's an unrestricted free agent, and it's somebody who plays. You might want to, that's somebody you want to replace Beasley with. You want to get Beasley out of there for him, for that spot. So. I kind of want Switzer in that spot, so I don't know if I'd necessarily take Taylor Gabriel, but he'd be a fantastic addition to help out Dak Prescott in short slants, quick plays, and I think he's not as good as John Brown, though, when it comes to stretching the field. Another big name I like is Dante Moncrief, who's 6'2", all right? So he's bigger. He's Dez Bryant size, all right? But he's faster than Dez Bryant. Now, he's been injury-plagued his first 3 years of the season. So, he's affordable, but yet still somewhat of a risk. So I'm not saying we even have to get rid of Dez Bryant for any of these choices to be made. But we have Dez Bryant, we got T. Will, currently we have Beasley, we got Switzer, we got Noah Brown, and so Bryce Butler's going to be gone. So, you want to draft guys too, So that's my big thing there. I think that's an issue. I think the receivers are deep in this draft. And there's a lot of good receivers in free agency. Why go high here? I think there's some guys that might become not necessarily game breakers or superstars like Dante Moncrief, but if he ends up not being injured, he's still one of those guys that definitely wasn't on the uptick in his first year. So I see no reason why we couldn't risk a good deal, a good package for one of these guys. So, and that's an idea, guys. One of these guys would definitely push T. Will as well for that second receiver, like a Dante Moncrief. You would see T. Will get less playing time and become a trade bait kind of player, which I think already we should be considering that. I think Beasley, him, and Tyrone Crawford should be the first 3 guys, and Dez Bryant as trade bait material. If you cannot restructure Dez Bryant's contract, and he doesn't take a pay cut, which we're going to talk about more of that in a minute, then I think the Cowboys might cut him or trade him. If you can't trade him, you got to cut him in some situations, in some circles. And it's not out of the realm of thinking that won't happen if he doesn't take a pay cut. But we're going to go into that a little more in detail.
Later,
yeah. So just some names I thought were interesting, and a couple other free agent names. Go ahead.
Dallas Cowboys judges said Taylor Gabriel's 5'8". We need to get away from these tiny receivers.
I agree. We have to definitely. The only way I say we go after him is if we get rid of Beasley.
I agree. And Sports Highlight, thank you for that. He said good effort in the description box. That took a long time. And then let me see. Biocam said, "What about Dez? Get his bag and a ticket for a plane." We are gonna talk about Dez in just a little bit. Bionic, don't worry.
Yes. Now, I was going to say linebacker, guys. There's a free agent out there, Nigel Bradham from the Philadelphia Eagles. You'll see him in the Super Bowl, unfortunately. But he's a pretty good linebacker that, still young and can, can get in and play and be a good linebacker if we don't go, a first round, second round pick with a linebacker in the draft. You want to go something like that in free agency. He's also going to be a free agent. And 2 receivers, since we're talking about Dez Bryant, that you could probably only get if you did get rid of Dez Bryant, would be a Jarvis Landry, which I would say would solve all problems when it comes to, you want a speedy guy, you want a guy who can go deep, he's 10 times better than John Brown, you understand? And John Brown's like the poor man Jarvis Landry. So, he can do it all. He's almost to that Odell, Antonio Brown level, a tier below that, So Jarvis Landry would be a huge get, but it'd be a huge payday. So you have to consider those things. Okay, if you make a move for him, I have no problem with that. But you probably gotta get rid of Dez Bryant for that. And then you have Paul Richardson, the Seattle Seahawks, their second receiver. He has an upside. He's an unrestricted free agent. Another guy we could look at, but those are the bigger names. You see, you talk about the smaller names, the guys we can maybe get even 2 of these guys instead of one of those. Would you rather get a Moncrief and a John Brown? Would you rather get a Taylor Gabriel and a Moncrief? Or would you rather just get one, just get a Jarvis Landry, which I'm not saying we wouldn't, but we have to get rid of Dez Bryant, though. Or, so it's a big mix. I think if you keep those guys, you can still keep Dez Bryant. If you get if you get a Moncrief and a John Brown, you keep Dez Bryant in there too, and T. Will, and really have a really competitive offseason. I think you get rid of Beasley, maybe trade him, maybe package him in with Tyron Crawford and send him to Seattle with another draft pick somewhere, and get Earl Thomas. Just a lot of ideas.
Marty said he doesn't know about Jarvis Landry. He's a woman beater.
Yeah, well, good point. And him and Zeke together, they might suspend both of them at the same time. I don't know.
I think the Cowboys have enough trouble, just with guys who are innocent. Let's not take on guys who we know, have done some messed up stuff.
Yeah,
so,
Greg Hardy's.
That has to be considered too, because you don't want to bring on a guy with the wrong mindset or the wrong attitude.
Great point.
To come in there and kind of mess with the balance of the team. Because one thing I will say about this team so far, knock on wood, most of them have managed to stay out of trouble for the most part. They're staying cool.
Past season, yes.
Let's continue that way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, so, I mean, that's kind of the free agent questions. A couple quick little things about some rookies that maybe we can discuss here real quick, just for a second here. Let me see here. Sorry, guys.
Let me see. And then Hayden Earl said,
go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
No, Hayden Earl said, Dez Bryant used to be a top receiver and is still getting paid like one, but he isn't performing, so we need a new wide receiver. So, and again, like we said, we are going to talk about Dez in just a minute. Yeah, for sure. No, look, some prospects that have impressed in the Senior Bowl and all these kind of like the practices and things like this. I'm sorry. Georgia's offensive guard Isaiah Wynn. I know that. What's that? Cowboys fan in Georgia. I know he's a big time fan of Isaiah Wynn. I think that's the guy he likes from Georgia, of course. So offensive guard, you might look for someone like him in the second, maybe third round, if you don't get Will Hernandez in the second. Speaking of Will Hernandez, there's a great. I guess someone had reported about Will Hernandez and the way he was kind of playing today in practice. UTEP offensive guard Will Hernandez is easy to spot. Just look for the defensive lineman violently moving backwards. That was basically the gist of what he was showing out there. So he pushes people back. I mean, these are the best of the seniors, and he's knocking them yards back. So, those are 2 offensive guards there that we might want to look into in the second and or third round. I wouldn't say take both. I'd say take one, but one or the other, depending on what's there. I agree. Noah Hernandez says Earl is getting old and injured like Dez. He's a short-term solution. And you know what?
His injury was a broken leg, though. It wasn't like a torn tendon. So it's a different kind of injury.
And you know what? Even if he is, I almost see him. Think Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry still has a little bit more gas left in the tank, but he's not he's not really a long term because he has like no cartilage left in his knees. That's the reason.
No, that's Jai.
Jai, not Jarvis Landry. Sorry. Jai on the Eagles. That's why the Dolphins let him go in the first place, because he has no cartilage left. He's not a long-term solution, but the Eagles wanted to play the hot hand. They wanted to get there now. I think Earl Thomas is one of those guys that if we get him now, we could use him now. And again, like you said, if we're smart and maybe sign him to some incentive-laden contract, sign him enough now because he's worth enough now that we have to pay him something. still throwing enough incentive, something that maybe it doesn't hit us as bad.
Well,
and like you said, with other moves we make,
the part where it would change would be when we sign him. You get sign him for a 7-year contract. You might give him $100 million, but he's going to get 15, 16 at the end of the contract. In the beginning, he's going to have 7 or 8. So that's what's going to hit us on the salary cap this year. You see, that's how it works. So you would space it out, or how would you call that? You would stagger it out a certain way where it would be light in the front of his contract, and as you get on to the later parts of his contract, it starts to balloon, which is bad. But that's the way that Jerry Jones has been doing this, and that's why we're in the situation we are now. With these guys, we have to restructure. We got Dez going to pay him $16 million for performance of a $2 million receiver. So again, tendonitis, that had something to do with it, but it's his fault. Can you trust him? There's a lot of issues here. So look, I have no problem moving Dez. I'm not like the biggest Dez fan in the sense of like, that I got to keep him no matter what. But I am saying that he's movable. Also, I don't want to just get rid of him because I do believe that with the right coaching staff, he will probably excel. But the drops don't come about tendonitis or route running. The drops are Dez Bryant. And Dak got a lot of those balls right in his hands, and he cost us multiple points. Cost us multiple games. If you look at the way it swayed, like in Denver, it ended us. That ended that game, that miss he made. The Giant games, he could have definitely, in that second one in New York, he could definitely put that game away with that catch, and he dropped it right in his hands. Multiple drops by Dez Bryant throughout the whole season. Cost us games, cost us direct interceptions. The one against the Seattle Seahawks when it knocked it right up in the air. I mean, these are, those are season-ending interceptions. So it wasn't just about that, he threw them back. Look, Dak Prescott threw some bad interceptions, but they weren't season-ending, interceptions. The ones that he caused, Dez caused season-ending interceptions.
I agree.
And it was, yes, it's chalked up to Dak, but how many of those? Was it 3 of those at least where he knocked it up and it was intercepted? That's on Dez Bryant. So you can't blame Dak for that. I'm not saying they just get rid of him either. Yeah, so I think there's a chance he can improve, and he will improve. Either way, it's out of our control. It's Jerry Jones is the only one that's going to make the deal on that. According to Stephen Jones, and let's go right into it, guys. Stephen Jones, I didn't get to go through the first round picks. I was just going to name him real quick. Offensive center Bradley Bozeman, receiver Brian Pringle, offensive tackle Alex Kappa. All did very well so far. Very impressive in the practices for Senior Bowl and all that stuff. So now, Jerry Jones was asked about the all-important question about Dez Bryant, about his future with the Cowboys when he was at the Senior Bowl today. He said, quote, "Everybody that's got years left on their contract, I'm expecting them to be on this team." Now, it sounds like it's direct and he's saying Dez is staying. At the same time, he expects them.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? I mean, if you have a contract, you're there, right? Unless you're allowed to leave in some way in your contract. So that means he's saying that this is going to be here forever. But it's not 100%. Expects it. Not 100%.
It's still just a very relatively vague statement. It doesn't make anything clear either way.
Definitely.
But it does, like you said, leave the door open for Dez leaving. Yeah.
Other talking heads on Undisputed, as you guys know that show. Former Pro Bowl wide receiver Greg Jennings, if you remember from the Green Bay Packers, he said this about Dez Bryant in this situation. A little advice, Dez, take the pay cut. The writing is on the wall. I don't think Dez will be in uniform unless he's willing to take a pay cut, Jennings said. And this all comes on the heels. Remember, yesterday, Vice President Stephen Jones said that, kind of hinted a little bit that, after a couple bad years, by diminished years, less than expected, not elite years from Dez Bryant the past 3 or 4, all right? His productivity dropped so bad, whether by injury or other reasons. Cowboys are hoping that he basically said, Stephen Jones said he'd like to see Dez Bryant not restructure, take a pay cut. And that's going to be a tough one. If he means what he says, and if that's what Jerry Jones thinks, I'm telling you guys, Dez Bryant has to make a decision because they will cut him.
I agree.
And again, I'm not celebrating about it, and I'm not unhappy about it. I'm just saying, let's do something good with that money. If we're going to cut him, don't be stupid. All right. And if we're going to keep him, let's get him right. Let's get the right formula out there and game plan wise. And we have this new receivers coach, Sanjay Lal. I know Sammy Watkins wants to come here. Hell no, do not get Sammy Watkins here, guys. Hell no. I named you 3 other guys better than him. Dante Moncrief first on that list if you want someone to that style and stature. If you want to go cheap. If you want to go a little more expensive, Josh Gordon. You want to roll the dice with him? Again, you have to have some things worked out in that contract, but he'd be a big-time receiver. And, of course, Jarvis Landry. So there's a lot of big names out there, guys, that we can work with if we let Dez go. But then again, I could see him going to the Patriots and winning 3 Super Bowls in a row, being the best receiver in the league, you know, because our guys just don't know how to work certain type of players. You don't have to work Zeke that much. All you do is give him the ball, and that is hard enough for the Cowboy coaches to do.
I agree.
So, anyways, the point is that Bryant agreed to a 5-year deal. A 5-year.
DJ Crown just said no Sammy Watkins. Heck no.
Hell no. I do
Football
not
said
know.
no Sammy Watkins.
No Sammy Watkins. No Sammy Watkins, guys. And
Who said that?
Who said that? Sammy Watkins said that. Sammy Watkins said he wants to go over there.
Well, Sammy Watkins can stay with everyone.
Sammy Watkins says with Bills, Rams, whatever. He said he loves Sanjay Lal, and again, no hit on Sanjay Lal. I hope he's a great receivers coach. But my point is that I don't know, but I know Sammy Watkins hasn't shown me anything that we would want to invest into someone like him. I'd rather spend that money on Dante Moncrief. Yes, John Brown, and definitely someone like what's his name, Taylor Gabriel, for sure. Those guys all above him, in my opinion. I'm looking here, but Bryant agreed to a 5-year, $70 million extension with Dallas in 2015. Dez Bryant is set to make $12 million in base salary, $12.5 million in base salary in 2018 under this current deal. If we cut him, all right, before June 1st, which we've been saying this for a while, way back when it first was announced, if we cut him June 1st, all right, that means that if we cut him before June 1st, so we cut him tomorrow, all right, he basically it's a $8 million opening on the salary cap. $8 million, that's a big chunk. Already, I think we can get about 25 after signing Hitchens, re-signing Zach Martin, franchising LaMarcus Lawrence, and even if we keep David Irving with the second round tender, we can keep all those guys, still have 25 million open to re-sign some other guys, but also for someone like, some veteran guys, but another 8 million on top of that, that looks good. We're talking 33 million now. All right, in that range of open space after signing our big 4 names on our own team. So, that's something that we can do a lot with. But if we wait until after June 1st, which now all the big free agent names, all the big receivers are now gone. All right, then we get $12 million added to the cap. And I would love that. That would be, I would say, we get someone real good for that. But unless you want to use that money for Zach Martin, you understand? Or somehow, kind of whatever you're short at Zach, wait until that point to make that deal. If you know it's something that you already have somebody under contract for, that would be a wise choice for the Cowboys to make. If you were going to get rid of Dez, do it at that point, but save that money for Zach Martin to sign him later on rather than at the beginning of the free agency period, when he's still under contract with us for another year. So those things in mind, if we get rid of Dez, you can open up a lot of space. Sign a big name guy, with using the money that we currently are going to have open here if we could get some of these contracts done, sooner than later. So we'll see what happens. I mean, 12 million after June 1st, before June 1st, 8 million. It's a good chunk of change right there, guys. And we'll be talking about a lot of other rookies in our Madden stream that I did yesterday and today. It's going to be a 3.0. We're going to bring in different rookies. You guys post some comments below, but some names you want us to talk about, or even you think that are viable draft picks. Well, we're going to do some receivers. We're going to do some defensive ends, so linebackers. We'll see.
Lanier Young has an excellent question. He says, I have a question for y'all. I want to see what you have to say because we don't talk about it much. Who do you all see in the draft that we get for the O-line? So if you go back to some of our earlier streams, before we really knew anyone in the draft, that's the first thing that I said, that we need to draft an offensive lineman. We need a left tackle, someone behind Tyron Smith. But when you actually look at the draft and see the guys that you have, I'm not really seeing or hearing about any guys that are really worth grabbing in this draft at the positions that we're at, more or less, that fit that position. And I think that that's why we need to fill that spot with a free agency and not through the draft. I think that that's one of the things that we can't really find through the draft, but we need to focus on the things that we can reasonably attain.
I'll take this discourse with you. I do think that we go with someone like a Will Hernandez, or that there's a couple other guys out there that I know we're going to put them on our team as well. We can go through free agency with that. I think we concentrate on guard, though, not tackle at this moment. Yeah. Now, if you go about tackle, there's an Orlando Brown out there, really, really good player there. Can play. I just think that there's a lot of things we can work with there, but I don't think there's anything that we need as much attention to as an impact player on defense. Impact player on defense. Now, if we don't go get Roquan Smith and he falls to us, which I don't think we should go up and trade for him. I think we should stay where we're at and try to go with Vita Vea. If we get him, I think that that's gonna be a big help in the middle. We're gonna have David Irving, hopefully. We're gonna have Malik Collins rotating with Vita Vea. Eventually, he'll take over. I think he will take over and wreak havoc in the middle. But that's the thing. He doesn't really fit into Marinelli's schemes. So we'll see if that's going to be viable, or if they trade down and go someone like a Maurice Hurst, Deron Payne, later in the first round, and get another draft pick, maybe in the third or in the sixth. I don't know how that would work, but that would be another option if some of their main guys are not there at 19. So I mean, just trying to see here. What was the?
Let me see. Ishabrook said, "Are we just accepting we're not getting Roquan at this point?"
Basically, I mean,
I'm not hearing any talk that they want to get him, that they want to make any moves for him. The Cowboys aren't going to waste all these extra picks like that.
But see, when it comes to the second round, that's where I see this. Will Hernandez is a top 50 guy. They see him going as low as 50. That's about when we pick. So let's get him. He's an offensive guard. We can re-sign Jonathan Cooper for 2 years or 1 year, and then have Will Hernandez behind him. By the middle of the year, he might be starting. I don't know. What I'm hearing and what I haven't really seen it, guys. We're gonna do reaction videos soon about all these players, one a night or something like that. Just a special little 10-minute live stream, just with our reactions of these guys, because we have not seen 99.9% of these players or highlights or anything.
That's right. And guys, if you are joining us here for the first time, make sure to hit like, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We do post daily videos on the Dallas Cowboys, daily news updates and content. So make sure to hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss when we go live. And we have these discussion streams with you guys. We try to get the news out and then even go more so into the discussion as we wind up the news here or wind down the news. We also talk with you guys throughout. And of course, guys, as you see, we have a donation thing with Super Chat. Recently, we got 1,000 subscribers. You see here, 5 weeks in a row, DJ Crown J. Make sure you subscribe to him. That's right. It's not just because, again, that's his choice to advertise, but you guys don't get it. He's got some great stuff coming up, and you can see the camera work audio video. Great content up already, so make sure to go subscribe to him. Check him out. Yes. And if you haven't checked out as well, Fifth Quarter Cowboys, by the way, that's the name of the site. Yeah. So make sure to sub up to him as well. He has some great stuff and some great draft breakdown stuff too. So. Same thing with all the crew out here, guys. We've podcasted with so many people. So thank you guys, and you can see the leaderboard. DJ Crown J is leading again. It's week number 6, guys. So see if you can do it 6 in a row. So as you can see, that's the information, guys. We still have some info. Don't get me wrong, guys. We're far from it here, but. The whole thing with Dez Bryant opening up cap space, moving things around, these are very important moves here for the future for the Dallas Cowboys. And so a lot of this is going to really rest on, a misstep here. We've already had 2 seasons of missteps with free agents. We cannot have another misstep with free agents. I think that's almost more important than the draft, because I know we're going to do okay in the draft, but I have a problem. I have a fear about free agency. We're going to go for the wrong scrub. We need to go for the right and not scrub, the right risk. And I think, maybe we get Randall Gregory back. Okay, that's another guy you plug in there. You never know. Yeah. So you got to be smart. You got to be wise, and you got to make the right moves. So whether it's in the draft, which has been fantastic the last couple of years, I have complete faith in that. But I don't have faith in the free agency pickups, and that's why I'm concentrating on that a little bit more. The Earl Thomas would have to be a trade, all right? But if you're looking at somehow T. Will, Cole Beasley, and Tyrone Crawford, and even Dez Bryant, those 4 guys, those 4 big names, somehow they're on our team. They're under contract. But if we can get them to a trade in some way, whether it's per draft, in the draft, whether it is through acquiring an Earl Thomas, something like that, that would be, I think, I would not be unhappy about that if we go with the Will Hernandez as offensive guard second round, if we go with a Vita Vea in the first round, if we go with a Marquise, not Marquise, but what's his name, Griffin, he has one hand from UCF Knights. You go with these guys. Maybe you go with him in the 4th round, okay? And there's a couple other names and people that I've been looking at. You go with that in the draft, and you get a couple of these, Dante Moncrief, free agent, John Brown, free agent. You get Jerry McKinnon from the Vikings, sign him for a couple million a year, $3-4 million a year for him. I think is a very good possibility. We can really ramp it up. And again, when you talk about the most important free agent pickup, probably be left tackle, the backup to him, and that's the big pickup. And that we cannot, like you said, baby, we cannot get a draft. We cannot draft a starting left tackle to go behind Tyron Smith. It's not. I think that's a big mistake. If we can get a swing guy, and I know that's been the mention, we get a guy who could play guard and tackle. All right. That would be a little more useful. That would be more useful. Someone like that, I would consider that over just a pure tackle in the first round. You understand? Now later on, we can play with a lot of different things, but I would still prefer to go guard first. Someone who could play tackle as well. And I know that we're going to be talking about one of these guys here recently. I think it's Wynn, I think is his name, who does that. I'm going to check on that, but I know
Cowboys fan from Georgia said that.
Yeah.
I really like what a lot of these guys are doing out there with what I'm hearing about the depth in all the areas that we kind of need. If for some reason there's no Vita Vea, the only one I would say maybe go grab if he's there. Not maybe, definitely. And if we're not going to go after Earl Thomas, Derwin James from Florida State. I think that's who we go after if there's no Vita Vea. If there's neither of those guys, I almost say trade down. I do not say go get a receiver. All right, and we're going to do some of our projection for next year, simulation 3.0, 4.0, whatever. We're going to have Calvin Ridley on it. We're going to have Christian Kirk on one of them. You understand? So we're going to have these guys, and we're going to kind of see how it works with the Cowboys team and just let the simulation run it. And we're going to see. But we're going to do this the whole offseason, on and off, and we're going to have fun with it, guys. So make sure you hit subscribe, guys. Hit the like button for the stream and the notification bell. Yes. Is there some questions or?
So you can read some too.
I'll do this. If we're right there on the screen, I'll just do like this here.
Give us a second, guys.
All right, let's see here. So, Will Dak big season? We'll see. I mean, its contract I think is 2 years away, so it's not yet here. Will. Let's see. Shallow House says Butler from New England will be a free agent, but would rather have Earl Thomas. But again, I wouldn't mind Butler either if we cannot get Earl Thomas, and he's a free agent. Earl Thomas is not. One more year in his contract, you know. Ancient Brooks says take Shaquem Griffin all day. Yes, I would. What round? See, I think third, fourth round. You got 3 fourth-round picks. If we can get him in the 4th round, and then a Troy Fumagalli with his 9 fingers, we get him in these guys in the 4th round. I'll be jumping for joy, guys. Like I said, I think if we can get Shaquem Griffin a little lower, that would be nice. You know, if he can slip through. So Lanier Young says, who say we need to go away from small receivers? Anyone realize New England? Exactly. They live and die by it. So I'm saying John Brown, Taylor, you know, we got Switzer. That'd be great if we get John Brown, Switzer, and then pull a Moncrief in there. If we get rid of Dez, get a Jarvis Landry in there, you know, if you want to go big. So I'm down with all those things, guys. If we keep Dez, let's go. We can get 2 or 3 new guys in there that maybe can help us. I don't think we need to go draft. Luke Jockle, I don't know who that is. Lenar Young says, I'll take a quick and shifty receiver that gets in and out of breaks. I agree, Lenar Young. I agree. Linear Young, I agree 100% with you. 100% with you. Andrew DeCall says, I would like to see Dallas move Orlando Scandrick for a 5th or 6th round pick, sign someone like Kyle Fuller a nice year. Not a bad move there. I'm not sure what his deal is. I think he's gone. I think that he's gone, whether the Cowboys are releasing him. They're not going to re-sign him and trade him. So I think that's kind of like the deal with him. He's gone. I don't think he's going to have him. We're going to release his rights, I think, is the point. I think we have the option. But he knows he's gone. Buddy John says, I like Michael Gallup. A lot of good stuff on him. I saw a good video by Cowboys Legends 27. He said something good about Michael Gallup. I saw it. He's very fast. Very fast. But again, I still don't think he's a first-round guy. I don't know what round would he be in there, Buddy Johnson? Because if he's a second-round guy, you might want to consider something like that. A game, if you're not going to go with a free agent little receiver, which there are plenty out there right now.
Now, you know what bothers me? That we had 2 small, supposedly shifty receivers, and we never used them. We had Beasley and we had Switzer. I mean, we never, you know, I can't remember who it was. Someone here in the chat pointed it out, and let me know if you are here, if it was you. But, you know, that we never used them both at the same time once this year. When we got him, that was one of the first things that we said, like, we're excited to see them go out there. Because, again, Beasley was, like, unstoppable in 2016. Him and Dak were on fire. But we thought we were going to see that
what became predictable was the offensive coordinator's pass routes for these guys, you know, the receivers, whatever you want to call it. Listen, we have DJ Moore, another option from Maryland. 80s Kendall said, oh yeah, I missed it. Sorry, man. 80s Kendall, repost that if you can. Dallas Cowboy in Georgia says, why pay Thomas when you can draft Elliott in the 3rd? There you go. Another name. We're going to talk about him too. Dallas Cowboys. And that could be a 3rd round pick, Elliott. And then you go 4th round, Shaquem Griffin. Late 4th round, you go Troy Fumagalli. You still got 1 pick in there too. You mean you got a linebacker? What about Sky Moore? Don't know. That late in the draft, I'm just throwing out some names, guys. Pointless to have Beasley and Switzer. DJ Crown J, 100% right. I agree with you. There you go. We all seeing the same thing here. Deshaun Kaiser. Yeah, now I got you, Sports Highlights. You got me confused there. K. Batista, look who it is in the house. Other people's news, nothing new. So here we go, guys. We got a troll in the house. Just the guys who's gonna know official. Yeah, it's all good, man. He is done ski. It's okay, man. Listen, this guy is trying to say that it doesn't even matter. I'm not even giving him the light of day. K. Batista was all good. He was all good for a while. But when you call him out for saying the N-word live on stream multiple times over multiple streams, yes, we curse here sometimes. Sometimes we do streams and collaborations where they allow the cursing. They curse, we curse, everybody curses. It's part of it, guys. We keep it as family friendly as possible. That's the key. So keep that in mind, and keep that in mind when you see K. Batista changing his name to 10 different things and trying to spread the bad word about my Cowboys family. Man, we stand on our content, and you guys are here for that too. So thank you. Monte Rockmore says Luke Jockett, former first-round pick, now playing guard. Interesting. We're going to keep an eye on that there. Baker Mayfield says sports highlights. Now, I don't think so. Not for the Dallas Cowboys. Buddy Johnson says, I believe it could be a second rounder. Let me know who that is, Buddy Johnson. I think it's maybe Luke Jockett. Is that who you were talking about? Dallas Cowboys George says Dak needs bigger passing windows than Romo did. So smaller receivers aren't going to help. Well, here's the thing, Dallas Cowboys Georgia. I think it's the routes you run the receivers in. So if you got slants going across, if you got, you got to have quick plays for Dak. I think that if you can find those quick seams, I think that would help them if you could get the ball in their hands. But the thing is with Dak, I do see he overthrows a lot, over the head a lot. So, we got to keep our minds on that with Dak's issues,
I agree.
So, 80s Kendall says, we have the first 5-round picks. Coaching staff will lead us to 8-8.
I know. And Sim 547,
80s
thanks
Kendall,
for joining us here.
Yeah, that's what holds our team down. You see, that's what holds us down is the fact that we have, the coaching staff that plays away from the strengths and towards our weaknesses. It's like Bizarro World, guys. It's like if you watch Stranger Things, it's like the upside down. It's insanity. Andrew DeCall says it's time to cut Jason Witten's reps, and we've been talking about that. We did it in our stream, guys, in that Madden stream with all of the changes and maybe a projection. What 1.0, 2.0 we're at right now. We're going to be at 3.0 soon. Keep watching those guys because we did mix these guys in there to get, we put Rico in over Jason Witten the whole game. Just give us a look at what it might look like with Rico in there. He looked all right. I had Fumajelli in there, guys, running some routes, making some catches. So, I got to look to see if he has 9 fingers, though. I don't think they have that yet. End of the call. Oh, yeah, we agreed. Simp 547. What's up, man? How you doing?
Vincent Garcia, thanks for joining us. He said, "Good show, new here. Do you really think they'll go for a receiver? If so, and picks turn out great, would they even start him if necessary?"
I do not think so. Vincent Garcia, I don't think they go with receiver. I hope they. I think they could, but I think they shouldn't. I hope they don't. Anything is possible, and it scares me. But yeah. So Lanier Young, I hate the trolls in the group. Yeah, I know, man. You get him. Look, this guy was here from one of the first subs. He was like the first 100 subs, and he just gets. Look, it's not even worth it, man. It's all good. In this place, it's family friendly as possible. Sometimes we go rated R sometimes, and it happens. But we don't go with saying racist things or N-word, anything like that, like K. Batista did. And that is on stream, and we don't want to keep pushing that, So that is a no-no on this channel, guys. So keep it right here. It's equal for everybody. We don't care what you are, where you're at. It's all about love, guys. Sports highlights. Exactly. No sports highlights. And I agree. I would meet that stuff too, man. I agree. Yeah, man. It's all good. It's all good, Andrew. Yeah, D. Will, Roger Staubach. We did report on that a couple last week that Roger's opened his mouth and said, oh, they're going to win the Super Bowl next year. Based on what? Let's be real now, Roger. Come on, Roger the Dodger. Vincent Garcia.
Reality.
Yeah, we answered Vincent's already. Yes, I don't think if you get a receiver, you're going to get a fourth. He's already the fourth stringer, basically. Not fourth stringer, but you got the first 2 receivers. You got your slot receiver, and at best, you have your rookie star first pick. You got him there, playing, 5 plays a game. You see, or you get Vita Vea, and you got him playing 70% of the game. Maybe in the beginning you got him playing 40 or 50% of the game with Malik Collins, but by the end, you see who's expendable and who's not. You have David Irving for 1 more year? Well, maybe he's expendable if you have Vita Vea. Just saying, guys.
I agree. And then Lanier Young, thank you once again. We appreciate your support. And all of you guys who are here joining us, hanging out with us.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
All the donators above,
Cowboys family.
all the comments, man, everything. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Man, you guys make this thing a fun thing for us to keep. If it wasn't for you guys, 365 days a year, which is our plan, it's a hard thing to do, guys. We do our best. And of course, we'll miss a day here and there, but so far, so good. We haven't missed a day for 6.5 months.
For a while. So Andrew DeCall said, man, I love Will Hernandez and Marcus Davenport, a couple of Texas guys. Yeah. Let's draft those dudes to the Cowboys.
Well, we can definitely get a Davenport if we trade down. You see, I think there's a chance we get him. And if it doesn't look like it, we will get him. If we got all the other guys gone, he would be a guy I would like to see out there. I think he'd be so much better. He's big. He's better than Taco in that sense. I just think that he would be a nice addition to our team as well. But I don't know. For some reason, I would want the Vita Vea if he's there. You know, if he's not, then that'd be a good choice there. And again, second round, when we say Will Hernandez, is that how you said? Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Now, let's see. I'm going to try and see it. We deserve more subs. Thank you, bro. We appreciate it, man. We just do our thing, and we get subs. We want to get to 1,000 because it was a special kind of monumental goal for us, and it happened so fast, so we appreciate that. But, you know, we're not really pushing for subs as much now, but we'll take – guys, always happy to have this channel growing and growing and growing. But we're not going to also lower ourselves to some, you know, to lying and to try to start controversy and problems. You see some guys do that, and the guys I'm talking about are none of the guys that are doing YouTube things. And mostly are some of the trolls that you see in the channels doing this. They try to say this guy sucks or this guy said this when nothing was said at all. And it's just a way to start problems. And guys, you gotta check your sources. It's about facts here. All right, it'll always be about that. So I love the support, guys. Thank you guys so much. Let's see here. Sutton doesn't run good routes, and that's a problem. So we cannot get someone like a Sutton. Cortland Sutton.
That's already the problem we have almost with Dez.
No separation. Yeah. No, and that means you're not helping Dak. Shallow House says we need a receiving tight end. What about signing Tyler Eifert? I like that. He's a little bit injury prone.
And the thing is with Rico, I'm worried just because again we still have after all this time seen him out there officially. You know, on the NFL field. So I'm hopeful this year is his year. I'm hopeful he can do it. But what happens if he can't? And again, we still have to give him time to develop. You know, are you going to depend on a rookie, you know, to take you all the way to Super Bowl? And I think it sounds kind of silly to say that when, you know, all things aside, we had two of the best rookies pretty much ever for a while there, you know, in 2016. So, I mean...
I think that you
get. I think
if
wouldn't mind an insurance plan, a backup plan.
I agree, but here's the thing. I think that Tyler Eifert is injury prone a bit. Also, Shallow Hal. I think we got Troy Fumagalli. I think that is a great pick. He's 6'6". He's got 9 fingers. I keep saying that, but there's a reason. He's still a tight end that can make catches. He's like Jason Witten. They compare him to him. We can get him in the 4th. We have 3 picks in the 4th round. Half of our draft is in the 4th and 5th round combined. 5 picks. The other 50% is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 6th, and 7th. 1 pick each. That's 5. And we got 5 right there in the middle, guys. You get a lot of big players right there. So I think we go Fumagalli there or someone like him. Someone like him, a tight end in that 4th round. Vincent Garcia says, I wouldn't mind.
Just 1 second,
okay.
Guys.
Yep. Vincent Garcia says, I wouldn't mind one not early in the draft. Exactly. Same here. If we get something, this is a deep wide receiver core. If we are not going to go for a free agency, we can go later in the draft and get one, maybe 4th round. That'll be our 3rd, 4th round pick in there. In that group that we just mentioned, guys. Shaquem Griffin. You know, Troy Fumagalli, and then a receiver. UCF, best in the country, guys. We're national champion UCF Knights. Let's go, Knights. So sports highlights, man. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Phil Davenport's name is going to get hotter and hotter. I agree with you, Andrew DeCall. I think it'd be tough to get him. It might be a point where he might be gone already. So Buddy Johnson says, if Dallas was Cowboy, I make Dez compete for his job. That's basically what he's going to be doing this year. I have a feeling, guys, it's getting close. If it's not this year, it'll be the next year, but he's going to be gone soon. I do have that feeling. Dallas in Georgia says, Hurst, Lewis, Taco. If that happens, they should change their name to the Dallas Wolverines. All Michigan guys. Exactly. That's crazy. Lanier Young says, DJ Moore and Anthony Miller both remind me of Anthony Brown from Pittsburgh. I would love them both. Well, not Anthony Brown. Let me get it right. Antonio Brown. Jeez, what am I talking about, man? I'm thinking Cowboys way too much right now. Yes, Antonio Brown. That'd be nice. Where would you get them, though? What round? Lanier Young. You got to give me rounds when you get these guys, because I'm not college savvy. So when we do our college reaction streams, it's going to be actual reaction streams. We've never seen 99% of these guys play. So you got to tell me what round you think DJ Moore, Anthony Miller will be around as receivers. Both run great routes, fast and not great hands. So Dallas Cowboys says, we got to make the playoffs, then talk. Falcons blew a 28-3 lead exactly. Whoever was saying opposite to that. Lanier Young said, Andrews from Oklahoma, let me have them and Rico together now. Nice. It sounds good. Hold my beer, says Sports Highlights. DJ Crown just says, woo, we have good picks this year. I'm telling you guys, I hope you like these names, DJ Crown J. I like these names. And I'm trying to get like at least up to the 5th round. Because we have so many picks in the 4th and 5th. It is almost like saying 1st round. What are we going to get? It's like 4th and 5th is like 2 1st-round picks for me in my mind. We could get 2 starters in there in those 5 picks. So let's see here. Yeah, we have to back to back. And again, if we let David Irving go, we get a 2nd-round pick too. A second round pick. Mind blown, right? So let's see. Love Troy. You should check out Mike Gillespie from Penn State. Mike G's dude, very athletic, good inline blocker. I would like any. I think like if it depends how late some of these guys go, but I would not mind another depth in linebacker. I would not mind depth in offensive line. I would like in those two spots to have depth. So we'll see. If there's a really good running back in the rough there, right, diamond in the rough kind of running back that you can never know, why not go for someone speedy if you're not gonna go for McKinnon from the Vikings from free agency? Then go with a speedy back, specializes in that, maybe in the 6th round. You know what I mean, guys? So McClay, we trust exactly especially when it comes to the draft. We're still hoping for some free agency magic though. And there we go. There's our friend here. Our friend Kay in the house, guys. You know what to do to him. Let's see. DJ Crown J says, yeah. So let's see here. Yes, go listen to Kay Batista. He's a wonderful guy, guys. He check out some of his videos on his channel. Definitely check him out. DCF might be coming knocking soon, man. You never know. So let's see here. Lanier Young, 3rd or 5th round. Miller, 3rd. Let's see. Julian Smith can't stand the Sheagles and the Deadskins. Exactly, Julian Smith. Neither can we. Trust me. Let's see here. D. Will, Virginia Tech linebacker. Yes. Edmonds, right? Is that his name, guys? That's a guy we've been looking at too. I think that's someone we can draft down, maybe draft and go down in the draft for, maybe. With the way look, guys, things change so much. We haven't even had the combine yet. It's crazy. So get ready. Let's see here. 2nd round guys possibly move up. Andrew Call says about DJ Moore, Anthony Miller. So these are receivers there, right? That would be interesting. I don't know. Eagles are going to blow at 20 sports highlights. That would be the best thing that could happen if the Eagles blew the lead and lost it. But I just want to see them get blown out. So there's none of that even suffering. I just want to end it, man. Sometimes a 3rd round pick is just a 1st round pick from a smaller school. Very good point. Sometimes a 5th round pick from a smaller school, a la Xavier Woods. So let's see here, guys. Loving the comments, guys. Other than that one troller, we don't care about those guys. That's the kind of guy that picks the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's the one thing I'm going to say, guys. And I have a special video coming out soon about Dallas Cowboy fans. All right, Dallas Cowboy fans that I didn't see that there. About Dallas Cowboy fans that pick the Eagles, and I don't mean pick them. Listen, let me get it right, guys. I don't mean if you think the Eagles going to win. I know Cowboys X Factor said that he thinks that the Eagles going to win. Thank you. Mimi M. It's for right now. It's kind of for sale right now. The gauntlet has been put in the ground by DJ Crown J. He said it's going to be lopped off soon for 1,000 post YouTube bucks. All right, and I mean the 30% YouTube takes out of it. Add that on top of it, and then we're talking. All right, this beard has never been off of me in 4.5 years. In 4 years, 4 years, and she's never seen me without my goatee. So that is a huge deal. I don't want to talk about it, man. It bothers me even thinking about it.
Lanier Young said, yes, we need this. And Andrew DeCall said, I do like the possible Jake McKinnick free agent pickup. So,
I mean, again, if we don't go for a speedy guy, that's maybe in the 6th or 7th round, or even late 5th, like the 2nd, 5th pick we have, Let's see here. Yeah, I know DJ Crown J.
It's, you know what? You can't control other people's actions. So, it just.
Listen.
It's all right. I don't know why YouTube won't let us permanently block him like we used to be able to, but we'll see.
We'll see, guys. It'll be a way. Listen. It happens. You guys know the real deal. Let him spew his stuff, man. It's right. We've seen it. We've seen him say certain things in here that are beyond coming back from, and we were still cool with it. Just said, and he just wants to be his way. Listen, if you watch his videos, you know why. Case closed. And he has like 4 of them. And trust me, they're not anything anything great, but when you look at them, please go and look at them. They're endangering children. Okay, let's put it that way. So that's my 2 cents. Honestly, done with that.
Yeah, so Spoonie Dog said if Dak had another year like this one, do we go after another quarterback in next year's draft?
That is definitely something viable at that point. I do agree with that. Now I see my boy here, Dallas Cowboy Football News, saying,
"What's up, man?
What's up, man? Made the comment to trade Dez for Thomas. You did, and I think you said that in the round table too, which was a very good point. I thought you made. And it was funny how not many other people, not even from the round table, but even in the chat or even since then, even myself, even us here at my Cowboys family, have not even really picked up on that possibility.
But do we really want to give Dez to the Seattle Seahawks?
For Earl Thomas? Yes.
I guess so.
Yes. But then we have to go for Jarvis Landry. Then we have to go receiver in the 1st or 2nd round. You see, then it changes the whole draft right there, guys. So there's a lot of different things there that are a lot of moving parts, and there's so many different things, ways that this thing can go. You know what I mean? So Jordan Lewis, first round talent, taken in the 4th. Exactly, Rave. Exactly, Dallas Cowboy in Georgia. Exactly right. Will McClay says, D. Will says, Will McClay can be a good vice president. Stephen Jones and Jerry go back. I wish I can say that would happen, but it's not. And he's going to be on top, pushed on by Jerry Jones forever. Sweeney Dog says, if Dak has another year like this, yes. Good question there earlier. I think you have to start looking at it in next year's draft.
I agree.
If Dak has a bad one. And, of course, also maybe give Cooper Rush a look, maybe if it's that bad of a season at the end of the year. We'll see if it's that bad. I don't see that happening, guys.
Let me see. And then Dallas Cowboy Football News said, heck yes, that's fine. So Lanier Young said, tell me this. If you don't talk about this either, who would you have for a backup for Zeke? Let me see. I'm just saying, dude from SDSU, Rashad Penny, he'd be a great workhorse.
See, I like, it depends where you get him now. See, I would not go too high on someone for a backup because we have Rod Smith. We're going to let go of Alfred Morris.
Yeah, I mean, and our running game is obviously, I think, pretty strong.
With Zeke and Rod Smith, I'm happy with that. But a change of pace guy like McKinnon, that would be key. Or a guy in the 6th round or late 5th round, second pick of our 5th round, of our 2 5th round picks, going for a running back that's out there that you can really use like a Sproles or Kamara, that kind of style. You grab his ass right there. No offense, but you grab him right there. That's when you get this guy in that kind of running back. But you don't just get a running back in the 3rd round. That's just another Rod Smith. That'd be a big mistake. Okay, and I don't know how these guys. That's why I'm saying we're going to do a lot of reaction videos. So when we do more of those as we get over past the Super Bowl, that's when we're going to really, let you know. I do agree with D. Will though. Zeke will get at least 1,700 yards. I think at least 1,700 yards next year. Depending, of course, what happens with the line. I want to see Will Hernandez out there. I want to see Cooper back.
I agree. I
would love to see the Falcon guy I just said earlier. What was his name? Andrew Pasteur from the Falcons. Behind him, someone like that, someone like Cameron Fleming.
Monte Roquemore said, keep an eye out on Quinn Blandon, safety from Virginia. He's currently projected as 5th round safety, but could rise currently at Senior Bowl.
There you go. So, I mean, we can still get him in the 4th. So, there's a lot of possibilities there. And let me see, go back a little bit. Let me see something. No, there's a comment. Wait, how far? Okay, no, there's. I wanted a comment there I saw. Oh, Mickey Raquepo just got here. Is Dez really going? No, Dez is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But is he going is the question. And the thing is this, is that there is, with Steve, we had said this earlier in the stream, Dez had said, Dez said he's not going to be, no pay cut. He's just restructure maybe, pay cut no. Stephen Jones yesterday said that they really expect him to take a pay cut. And that right there is tan chocando. All right, there's an issue there. So when you have that happening now, and you think about, now Greg Jennings has said publicly, not that he's really that much of a guy, but he's Pro Bowler, Green Bay Packers receiver, said, Dez, take the pay cut, implying that it's time to, I don't know if I'd agree with that because Dez earned that money from his first years in the league. That's why he got that contract. But there is a point where, if that is at an impasse, you're gonna see possible Dez Bryant on the block. You already see Beasley on the block, guys. He's already on the trading block. You're going to see Dez on the block. You might see T. Will on the block, depending on players out there like Moncrief, like John Brown, and like Taylor Gabriel. As a secondary, maybe get 2 of those guys. Or what people really want to hear is Jarvis Landry.
I agree.
They want to see someone like that on there, which would solve a lot of problems in that sense. Also, you can use like Dallas Cowboy Football News said, we move up Noah Brown, which I definitely agree with. Put Switzer in for Beasley. And you're already getting rid of Butler, and then you have, you don't need to draft a superstar. You can get a Jarvis Landry, and then you can move in, a Moncrief in there and a John Brown, okay, with Switzer in there too and Noah Brown. I'm happy with that, guys. That would be a fantastic lineup for the Cowboys. And on top of that, if you jump over to with using some of that saved money from Dez, you can use that for Earl Thomas in a trade. If you trade Beasley, Tyrone Crawford, all right, try to trade Beasley, Crawford, and Dez and get a big, huge package deal, some picks. I don't know. I'm just throwing some things out there, but you can work something out, and that's my point, guys. There's a chance of that happening, and I really like a lot of the possibilities out there, and that's why we're going to do these off-season projections for the Dallas Cowboy team throughout the off-season through Madden. Multiple times a week sometimes. So make sure you guys have that notification bell on. And if you're watching for the first time, hit subscribe, guys. Become a member of my Cowboys family. And, of course, that notification bell. Bing, bing, bing. Hit that bell, guys. Make sure it's on, and you have it so you get all our notifications in. And guys, you know, we're Cowboys rep first, but there is some news about the Super Bowl we'll talk about in a minute here. Go ahead, if you want to hit some questions or some comments.
Let me see. Andrew DeCosta, John Kelly from Tennessee is my deep sleeper in this draft in the running back spot. He can be had with a 5th pick. And Spoony Dog said, now that we have a new DB coach, word on the street is that we're going to play a single high safety scheme, which means more press coverage. What are your thoughts?
That's a great question there. So, the deal with our new coach here. Hold on, let me just real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. Keep me on that question though.
Yeah. No, sorry, guys. Trolls in the cave.
It's all right.
There's a troll in the dungeon. Anyway, guys, let me see.
No, I want
Brian Switzer will be a Julian Edelman. I think it's a little early for that, D-Will, but you know we could only be so lucky. You know,
I'm gonna talk about. I want to make sure we keep that question though by Spoony Dog, because that is a huge topic here that I wanted to kind of get to and see what the reasons why he was fired in Seattle and what he's gonna do with the Cowboys. All right, so. Single high safety scheme. I like that. I like this a lot. I like the press coverage. I think our corners, our rookies, I think they are built for this. I don't think Skandrick is built for this. That's why he's bye-bye. All right. I think that Byron Jones can play a tight end in this kind of coverage as a corner. All right. I think Xavier Woods can play corner, safety, whatever. He can play press if need be. He can play the up high guy as well. But so can of course an Earl Thomas would be great, but you can also do that with. See, I don't trust Heath back there, but maybe Kevon Frazier or maybe a Derwin James in the draft. But let's talk about this, because I will be doing videos on Derwin James being as our first pick and not having Vita Vea. So Pete Carroll, guys, he fired what's his name? Chris Richard. Richard is his name. I think is his name. I think that's his name. Richard.
I'm sorry, guys. I might keep calling him Richard.
So Richard's been okay. So here's the thing, guys. One of the main reasons why he was cut. This is what's been the rumor is that he's been calling defenses that more aggressively than Pete Carroll, than the head coach wanted. His scheme is based on not getting beat deep, and what Richard was doing and Richard was doing was trying to be aggressive, like you just said, Sweeney Dog, and get those guys up there, bump and run, press coverage, have one safety back there that scours the whole field. But you have to have a really great safety. Can Byron Jones be that guy? He is pretty damn fast. So he could be that guy, but then you can't play that safety up close. So maybe in some formations he will play that, and Byron Jones will be the back guy. But at the same time, when they play a more conventional, less aggressive scheme, or maybe move them around in a certain way where they have maybe two safeties deeper, maybe Byron Jones would be the safety that goes up front. When then you'll have like a Heath and a Woods back there, or a Frazier and a Woods going back there, while you have Byron Jones playing the tight end. Yeah. Like a team against the Eagles, you might want to watch for something like that. I mean, you have to cover the Ertz kind of player. So the aggressiveness is what didn't fit the scheme or the ideas of Pete Carroll. But here's the thing: most of these guys, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, when they were there, that's when this Chris Richard was there. This is when he was there. He built this team, this Legion of Boom, the backfield that the Seahawks had. We know they have great linebackers. We know they have great front line, Ben and all them. But the defensive backs, that's what it's all about. And with them, and he built this team with this talent, but he developed them and built them. And now he's got these nice rookies to go with them. These three guys, the Law, all right, Law, L, yeah. Lewis, A, Awuzie, W, Woods. These guys are going to be flourishing under him. And he's the defensive backs coach, but also the passing. He's the pass game coordinator, passing game coordinator.
For the defense.
He talks to the linebackers, to the defensive front line. He talks to all of them when it's a passing play, when it's a passing down. It's on him. So that's a major role. He's the next in charge. When Marinelli retires this year or next year or the next one, Richard will be Richard, whatever. We'll know his name soon. He will be the one that will be the starter, the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys for the future, I believe. And right now we're a 10 to 8th ranked defense, guys. Imagine with a healthier team, with more defensive players, with young guys, maybe a couple upgrades here and there, and a better defensive coordinator. I would almost call him the defensive coordinator, because Marinelli's the overseer, but he's going to be the guy in the trenches with these guys, and he's the real next, and he's the Everfluss. He's the one they're going to be listening to. Let's see what happens. I think this is a great pickup for the Cowboys, and I'm very, very happy about it. The aggressiveness was why he was gone. And I think the fact that his team has kind of gone down, okay, the last couple of years, it's been more because of injuries, players getting older, okay? So, this has been, when they have all their guys in, they stop teams from scoring past 10 points when they have their starters in. So he developed these players from the ground up, Someone like Earl Thomas would love to come back to Dallas, his home, in his home state, right next to his, his closest team he lived near. Okay, what was it? I think he lived a little bit east of Dallas. All right, and he would love nothing better than to come to Dallas and play in Dallas. And now that the guy he basically grew and developed in the NFL with, who helped him through the NFL from the defensive backs coach. Okay, Everfluss was a linebackers coach, but he's a defensive. But Richard is a defensive backs coach doing the same job, just at a different position, but doing the same job as a pass game coordinator. And that I love. I love that pickup by the Dallas Cowboys and what we have from there. You know what I mean, guys? So blitz percentages, 25% for the Seahawks with him in there. It's not really a blitzing issue. It's a injury older player issue. And I think that's the main thing. And for some reason, Carroll didn't like, maybe because, again, when a team gets older, you really can't play that aggressively anymore. Mm-hmm. They lost a step here and there. When you put in a whole new core of 3 guys, and Anthony Brown's a year older, that's it. And you got Jones who's 4 years older. You have a very young backfield right here, guys. Kevon Frazier, Heath, these guys are all young. And you got these guys with this Chris Richard here, who's going to tear it up for the Dallas Cowboys in the backfield. We got the front line that's going to be solid. We got linebackers that we just got to solidify something behind Sean Lee for injury purposes in depth, like a Griffin from UCF in the 4th round. How would you like that, guys? That would be fantastic for the Dallas Cowboys. And I think that I would be very happy to see what the Cowboys can do on defense with all these names and stuff. So let us know in the comments for the replays. And right now, what you think about that. I see Billy Murphy in the house, Octavius Watley, Monterey Rockmore. Mm-hmm. Of course, our boy, you know who. Dallas Cowboys Football News says, yeah, I know, man. Exactly, Dallas.
Don't feed the troll.
Don't feed the troll, guy. Feed Zeke, not the troll. Exactly. The troll, listen, if he's on here doing this, think about how sorry his life is. It's so bad. He's here trolling and doesn't even affect us. I don't even see it. It doesn't matter. Thank you, baby. Yeah. You're the best. I
try to, yeah.
And we have a lot of great, mods on here, that are helping us out. So it doesn't even throw me off my step, Kay. Bring it on, baby. You got nothing. Trust me, you got nothing. You got no life. And that's a fact that everybody on here knows it. And there's a lot of people.
Billy Murphy said, you got to look at the draft realistically. We're not going to sign a wide receiver. We're not going to draft a wide receiver early, maybe 3rd round. We're signing Martin. Hitch is gone, leaving. Makes linebacker our priority. Andrew DeCall said, check out Quentin Meeks from Stanford. He's 6'2", 200 pounds, nice boundary corner that's solid in man coverage, but he's specialty in zone. He's also a sleeper, good player. So, well, yeah, again, when it comes to all these guys, like we said, we're going to be checking out,
I love what you're saying, though. I love what you're saying, man. I mean, a lot of great players out there.
And again, the fact that we have so many picks. The fact that we have so many picks and that there's so many, quality players at a lot of levels in this draft. I mean,
I'm saying Andrew Cole loves what we said. Feed facts, feed. So facts. He says facts. He goes, feed Zeke, not the trolls.
Yes.
That's our quote of the day.
Hopefully Linehan is listening and Zeke runs the ball more this season.
Yeah,
Billy Murphy said, you're hearing Hitch is going. Now, the thing is, this is where I'm conflicted because early on, Stephen Jones said some pretty clear comments that he wanted him to stay, that, and Hitchens has made similar comments that he's wanted to stay. And other than this guy going to the Colts, we haven't heard any talk outside of that Hitchens wants to leave, right? Let's keep it realistic,
that's what I've heard. Yeah, I haven't heard much from that.
So let's try to keep it grounded in reality. As much as this guy going here might plant up a red flag the same way that Chris Richard coming to our team might put up a red flag for Earl Thomas, the difference is that Hitchens said he wants to stay, and our side has said he wants to stay. Yeah. And Seattle Seahawks, so far haven't said anything as definitive as far as I know.
I got to go with 2 questions. Spoony Dog, I got to go back to his question. Yeah. And I want to answer Billy Murphy right here. If Hitch is gone, that leaves Lee. I agree. Jalen Smith, Sean Lee, possible injury issues with both those guys. Question mark in different ways. I understand exactly what you're saying, Billy Murphy. You're 100% right. That's why we have to go linebacker somewhere. Shaquille Griffin. He's from the UCF Knights with the one hand. I think his speed and quickness is fantastic. He has to get some size. Yeah. He's kind of a small linebacker or playing on the line there, but he has the speed that can really wreak havoc out there, guys. I think there's a chance that we can maybe do something with him coming in there for some depth. But if you want to go hardcore, I don't know. If we don't go 1st round, 2nd round, it's a very deep draft. So I think some of these guys can develop. And that's what you're saying. I think we need someone behind it. Now, I do think we keep Hitch. We keep Hitchens on the Cowboys because it's going to take, what, 6, 7, 8 million at the most to sign him to a long-term deal in the sense of we sign him for $50 million for 7 years, okay? He's entering his 5th year now, I think. If you have him for that long, for 7 years, for $50 million, you divide that up and you give him 5 or 6 this first year. It doesn't even touch us on the cap. There's not even a dent in the cap. You go from 33 to 27. All right, so what? You know. And actually, the figure I had was at 25. That's after getting hitched for about $7 million a year. Starting this year, I'm saying. And as he goes on, he'll probably get up to 10, 11 at the end of his career.
I agree, DJ. That's a scary thought. And especially considering that, the 49ers got new life when Garoppolo got back there, despite all their injuries, Like, and again, they had a lot of injuries.
Whether Hitch goes or not, right now, I haven't heard that he's definitely going anywhere.
So we'll just be hopeful and let's
hope he stays in Dallas and the Cowboys pay him what he deserves.
Hopefully point to yes.
I mean, he'll go with Spoony Dog's question, baby, a little farther back.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Sure.
Spoony Dog said, with the single safety scheme, we can adapt to a team's specific offensive scheme.
Correct.
Every week here will be changes depending on who we play and that team's strength.
Yes.
No more cover 2 full time.
Yes, that's the thing. We'll be cover 2 still. Don't get me wrong. We're going to have two safeties back there, but it's going to be interchangeable now. It's not going to be the same old damn thing, you see? And we did change it a couple times here and there, but it's going to be more consistently changed. So more inconsistent.
Yeah, more adaptable, I think is a better way to put it. Because again,
exactly.
The point of changing
Adaptable
those
for
people
team.
depends on
the
what
team
you're
playing.
seeing out there on the field.
Fantastic, baby. That was beautiful, like you. And as Spoony Dog said, that's a great comment, man. Thank you for. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to commentary, guys.
Yeah, when it comes to this channel, you guys really are what makes it so great.
Makes
because,
it roll.
Again, all this back and forth, like Andrew DeCall, he said I'm a big college football NFL draft nerd. I got you guys. I mean, you. and Dallas Cowboys and Georgia. I mean, you guys help us out so much. And DJ Crown J, of course, always has good news. Billy Murphy always, I mean, your great comments all the time. And again, just the back and forth, always trying to find, a new way to look at things and new guys to look at, because that's the point. With all these draft picks, we have so many possibilities.
Get your popcorn ready, Spoony Dog. Yeah, look, Manuel Corona back on.
Oh, yeah,
on his account. He got everything working now.
Here.
So that's awesome, Manuel Corona. Thank you for joining us here, man. Lance Lenore. He'll be practice squad again, I think, this year. Space Cowboy, his video just went up, guys. Make sure you sub up to Space Cowboy 17.
That's right. So, Space Cowboy, make sure to drop the link for your channel down in the chat below so everybody can go ahead and follow you.
Guys, he came this close to winning the super chat last week, man. That's why I'm going to promote you with that. As you can see here, guys, there's still a promotion there. I'm going to put his link as well at the bottom because he deserves it. Space Cowboy did a fantastic super chat. A mega chat
Cowboys,
with all of us, guys. All of us, myself, fiance. Well, you made a little appearance before the stream.
Yes, Dallas Cowboy Football News was there. Cowboys Legend 27 LL. We had 5th Quarter Cowboys DJ Crown J,
and of course Space Cowboy
great host, Space 17. Cowboy 17.
Yes, man, you got sub up. That was fantastic. We're gonna do it again soon, guys.
And make sure to sub up to DJ Crown J as well. DJ Crown J with the evil laugh.
Oh, the evil laugh.
I dropped the link for 5th Quarter Cowboys down in the chat below.
That's his site, guys.
Make sure to go and check it out.
There it is. Boom. 5th Quarter Cowboys. Sub up right now, guys.
Ruben Benitez, thanks for joining us.
What's
Hello
up, man? How you doing?
From Texas. Let's go Cowboys. Always Cowboys.
Speaking of Texas, guys, we're going to be going to the draft. Now, right now, as it stands, we have gotten enough donations and gotten enough money saved on our side that I am definitely able to go and make it to Big D. It's still going to be cutting it close for me. But even cutting it closer is the fact we're trying to get my beautiful fiance out there with me to report on this draft.
I'm doing my best. Other work commitments. I'm trying to work around that, but I am doing my best, and hopefully I can make it out there.
Yeah, we were hopeful. Everything goes to the channel, and this is part of the channel. So that's
and
awesome.
Buddy Johnson said, could you imagine Chris Richard as our head coach? And yes, I could imagine
in the future. I was saying that yesterday. I said that last night.
I think that he's a guy that has spent a long time learning, training, and someone else said it here. And again, if you're still here, please let me know, because I don't ever want to steal credit, but I know it was someone in the chat who said it. They said, Tony Romo, even if we do somehow sign him on as a coach, he's not going to go straight to head coaching. He's going to start off as a coordinator or a quarterback coach, something else.
Correct. You got to start a position coach, and he's already starting off at...
going and Richard coming in to step in. That does leave an opening.
You mean Marinelli going?
No, Marinelli going.
He's not going, though. Marinelli is just he's still the defensive coordinator.
Well, let's just say he retires next year is my point.
Yeah, okay.
Richard
will be the next defensive coordinator.
Right into that spot that Richard,
Richard leaves?
I mean, don't you think he'd be pretty good at that?
I would agree with you on that. I think he should be the passing game coordinator for both sides of the ball.
I mean, I'm sure he'd chime in on other
that's where you might be able to see Romo. Exactly. That's where you can see Romo making his first step into the coaching realm. And that would be maybe in 2 or 3 years.
so happy in the booth. It makes me feel sad.
Give it 2 or 3 years. You see things change quick,
so,
fast.
And DJ Fiance kind of already answered your question there, but we are doing our best.
For what?
So, for the draft. Billy Murphy said, I'd love Hitch to stay. He's reliable. I don't think we'll be able to afford him and sign D-Law, etc. I think it's more a matter of, is he going to be tempted to leave for another team by either an extremely lucrative offer? You know, I don't know what the Colts, cap is looking like, what their, free agent moves are going to look like. But with that coach going there.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to go there. I could see Hitch wanting to go.
Saying, and if he feels like the momentum is right, like they have the right moves to make a play, more so than the Cowboys, because maybe he's seen enough of what the Cowboys have that he knows that they'll only go so far.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen.
I don't know. It's hard for me to say. And again, like you said, if he has a close enough bond with this guy, the same way that Earl Thomas has a supposed close enough bond to Chris Richard, if we're saying Earl Thomas might jump ship, why not Hitchens? So it's not
exactly. It goes both ways. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But the Cowboys right now with the coaches see almost like a sinking ship. DJ Crown J, that's what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to get out there. We're trying to get Fiance out there, but she still has to get some stuff moved around for work. It's not just the money, but it is also money. So I think we will get her out there. I think we will. But we have so many other things that we have to get working together before we can definitely say yes. But yes, the plan is that, and if the money is right, we can get out there. We will be out. She will be out there because she's going to be missing work for 2 days. So that would be a major hit in the income side of things.
Andrew DeCall says he thinks that everyone needs to chill on the idea of Romo coaching because he's just fine in the booth. I mean,
for now. Yes. For now, I agree.
Here's the problem. When you see such great football minds taking away, I'm not saying he's like Bill Belichick because he's not. I'm just saying that he could be one of those greats that could be included with Bill Belichick, like Jimmy Johnson or
Romo.
Like he has a football brain to what as a head coach.
He's not. I don't think he has the tenacity you need to be that kind of coach. As a head coach, no. He'll be a player's coach, but he won't be the head coach you need. He'll be a Garrett style. I'm sorry. I'm saying I think he'll be a great coordinator.
I think that
he's especially
more so analytical, and that's why I think that his analytical side will overrule even that thing when it comes to the way he'd be. But you know what? I guess he was a quarterback, baby. He has some kind of measure
of course.
Leadership.
But here's the thing: I think he will really try to. I personally think he's going to try real hard to. I guess. If he's going to be a coach, whether defensive side, offensive, obviously probably offensive side, but he's the offensive coach. I think you're going to see him be able to be creative. I think he's going to be able to read defenses very, very well. I think he's going to be able to help the defense read the offenses very well by being, he could be almost like, and I'm saying right now, maybe not a head coach, but I don't think he has the demeanor for it right now. Maybe after 5 years of coaching in this kind of situation and atmosphere, maybe he'll have that demeanor, that you have that hard nose. They say, okay, no, you got to do it, Jimmy Johnson style, Bill Parcells style. If that occurs, Romo can then, I think, he can be a head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. If not, I think he'll be a great, at most, offensive coordinator. And he could be a not only a coordinator, but he could be a head coach somewhere else. And I just don't think he'll be as successful as a head coach as he would be as an offensive coordinator or a game planner, manager on offense and defense. So it's hard to explain. Maybe he could be an assistant head coach. I don't know if they can make that rule. Jerry Jones is known to make his own positions and coaching spots there for his coaches. So we'll see.
No, I agree. So yeah, guys, just
ignore the troll.
Feed Zeke.
Yeah,
remember
feed
that.
Zeke.
That's what we're gonna say.
Ignore the trolls.
Ruben Benitez would like Big Nate Newton as an assistant O-line coach.
Well, who was that?
I mean, I gotta say, I'm not the biggest fan of Nate Newton.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Nate Newton. Ruben,
as a player, he's great. He's amazing. He deserves
his
all his accolades. But as far as a coach, I'm just not sure if he has.
I know
the coaching ability.
He can able. He doesn't have the ability, I think, to get the. We get tongue tied sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that someone like Big Nate Newton would have a problem expressing himself to his players, to the offensive line guys, as well as other coaches. Let me put it that way. Now, maybe as an assistant, maybe he can help with some technique, but I don't think as a position coach, no. My opinion, man. Ignore this guy. He has no life. So that's what it comes down to, guys. No life. He's on here trolling, making videos or whatever. I don't know, crashing his car. I don't know what he's doing. Yes. He's crazy.
And Octavius Worley, Fiance will definitely be going live from the draft.
Yes.
So he's definitely going to be there going live.
That's why we want Fiance, guys. We might run a double stream. I don't know. All right, it's going to be crazy, but I know that we're going to be with a lot of YouTubers out there, a lot of Cowboy YouTubers, doing some kind of, I'm sure, meet and greet as well with a lot of YouTubers that are out there, with the fans that come out there, the ones that come to see the draft. Some of you guys that are on here right now that live out there. So, when things get closer to that time, which is what, middle of April 20-something, end of April, that's when we're going to really, before then, we're going to set it up, guys. We'll be ready to roll, and we'll let you know exactly what's going to happen. But we have a month and, 2.5 months before that. So, I'm sure we'll be able to get fiance out there. I'm sure we'll be able to, have a great time out there. But our main goal is not a vacation. It's not a trip for fun necessarily, in the sense of, we're going out there to see the sights. I mean, probably not happening, guys. We're going out there for the Dallas Cowboys, this draft. That's what this is about. This is my Cowboys family.
And DJ, 100%. He said I'm going live with MCF in Florida.
Yes.
You can bet.
You're going to be live here. 100%. We're going to go, and he's going to be there with us in Dallas.
Corona, you're going to be at the draft as well. Man, I have to go sell a kidney. I'm joking, guys. But no, we're going to, we're going to make it out there. I'm going to find a way to get, the time off. I'm going to make it out there.
Yeah, we'll get it together, guys. We're going to get it.
It is that's the first time that the draft is hosted in Dallas, right?
Yes.
And that's after, oh man, I can't.
We'll check it out there, LPG Nation.
Only if you do me one favor. When Goodell gets out there, we have to scream our lungs out.
We will.
And we have to let Goodell hear every single
We're losing our
thought
voice
we've ever had.
Yeah, because we know.
When it comes to that whole Zeke thing, man,
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be crazy.
I don't know. I hope it's like Mariah Carey's most high-pitched noise, just straight into his eardrum.
Well, we got to be loud, guys, because remember last year in Philly what happened when Drew Pearson went on stage and just put down the whole Philly crowd. That's a classic moment. We got to be careful. We got to be careful for other teams, whether it's a Redskin and Eagle, especially if they win the Super Bowl. Can you imagine how bad that's going to be? A Redskin, Eagle, or Giants in there in Cowboy territory, down in us.
Let them try.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We better be out there loud and proud, Dallas Cowboys. We better be out there representing that silver and blue, baby. So
that's right. Yeah. So, and Spoony Dog kind of agrees with you, baby. You might want to read his comment there. So.
Romo is not head coaching material. He's not an alpha dog. Boom. Exactly. But he would make a great coordinator like Wade Phillips because he has a great football mind. I know, exactly. And you know what? If he's going to go and he's 10 years at the Cowboys and he hasn't got the head coach job yet and everyone's calling for him to be head coach, we got to let him go. Don't make the same mistake we made with Garrett. Thank you, Spoony Dog. We see eye to eye. I like the way you think and you know your football. Another awesome player here on My Cowboys Family, guys. You guys bring so much knowledge, so much great interaction to this channel. We appreciate it so much. We had a subscriber here for 6 months out of the 6.5 months. Troller. She's a troll. He's gone. Boom. And we got someone like Spoony Dog on here that just talk about an upgrade to your team. You know what I mean? Yes.
First round draft pick. So all you guys are so great here. I want to go and do some final shout outs because we are going to be closing up the stream soon, guys. We've been on here for about an hour.
Before we do the shout outs though, I gotta say a couple quick things about the Super Bowl, guys. Just a couple interesting little points, and I'll go real quick here. Patriots are going to wear their road white jerseys in Super Bowl 52. They're going to wear white jerseys.
So
they're the away team. While the Eagles will wear their dark jerseys as the home team. The team, this is a fun fact here, the team wearing white jerseys has won the Super Bowl in 12 of the previous 13 seasons. So 12 out of the last 13 Super Bowls.
Did they elect to be the away team?
No, it alternates every year.
Okay.
So you guys know for the Arizona Cardinals, they introduced Steve Wilks as the new head coach. Just letting you guys know, Steve Wilks, new head coach for the Arizona Cardinals. Alberto Riveron is going to still stay. He's returning as the head of NFL officiating in 2018. We know there's a lot of issues there. So you got to know a name, Alberto Riveron. Okay. Now here's another fun fact about the Super Bowl, guys. The Eagles, listen to this, by position. They rank second in running backs and stopping them. And targets allowed by position, meaning in the passing game. So for someone like Tom Brady, they're second best in stopping running backs from catching the ball. That's crazy good. Awesome. They're third best in the NFL in stopping receivers from catching the ball. But tight ends, they're 28th in the league. So very important, very important, very important. Ron Gronkowski, guys, he got concussed pretty bad. If he needs to play this game, and I think they can take advantage of, I think that's a difference maker in this game that could really become a blowout rather than a close game.
More so than Brady's finger and slightly off throws.
Gronkowski.
Because he showed that he can make up for that in some ways, but he can't make up for missing Gronk for most of the game.
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to say. A healthy Gronkowski playing in this game is going to tear apart. It could possibly tear apart the Eagles, guys. It'll be the one thing they can't stop. They can stop the running backs out of the backfield. They can stop the receivers, but are they going to be able to stop Gronk? All right, I don't think so.
DJ said, "Wonder where that fan was at that was heckling Edward, or wish he would come to the draft."
Oh yeah, I know him, man. Yeah,
that would be a fun time.
On Thursday, I'm gonna probably release a Throwback Thursday, guys, with starring that same fan. You'll see him heckling Wade Phillips as a head coach when we got routed at St. Louis against the Rams 10 years ago or so. We're gonna be playing that video very soon, guys. This is a Throwback Thursday coming up, so we're gonna do that. And in case you didn't know, guys, I did post not a rant, just my true thoughts on EDP's page. You guys know EDP, right?
Yes.
We have a little thing there to Eagle fans, to him, whoever. I'm gonna go through and I'm basically putting those thoughts on a quick video, probably tomorrow, not tomorrow because we're gonna be busy with the Pro Bowl, but probably Thursday or Friday, along with some very important words to Dallas Cowboy fans.
To get us through this long night, and just kind of remember what it's all about.
Yeah, because no Cowboy fans should be rooting. Now you can pick them in a pool, bet money if you think they're really going to win. That's on you, man. But when it comes to who do you want to win, somebody asks you that question, you're not a real Cowboy fan. If you say you want the Eagles to win, you're not a real Cowboy fan. You gotta go with the Patriots, guys. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. To be a true wearer of this star, that's my belief, my opinion. You can have your own. That's my belief, man. True Cowboy fans would not ever root for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. So even though we're not rooting for New England, we're hoping they win. And we're rooting for the Eagles to lose. So we'll go through that a little more later on in the week about my concerns with the Eagle fans, which is completely congratulatory. So let me get that clear. But they're still always silver and blue. And we always say, the Eagles. You know that? You know what I'm saying? So respect is there, but we still hate you guys. And on top of that, guys, when you think about the Cowboy fans like K. Batista that are kind of like not really Cowboy fans, you understand? Those are the guys that, you'll see them picking the Eagles, or you see them, wanting the Eagles to win, and I got to get the Eagles to win. X Factor really believed in the Eagles beating the Falcons, or believed them beating the Vikings, and he was right. But he's not picking. He doesn't want them to win. He wants the Eagles to lose against the Patriots, guys. So, that's an example of a true fan, and an example of like K. Batista, who's not a true fan, who picks the hot team. So, to each their own, guys. We don't like those kind of fans here.
If you're a true Cowboy fan, you do not want the Eagles to get a ring.
We'll go through more picks for the Cowboys in the draft, possibly. We'll go through some more, a whole lot of more stuff when it comes to the Madden and our projected team with rookies, with free agents. We're going to rotate it around, get some names from you guys, post it in the comments below. We'll ignore the trolls, and we'll get your information. We'll weed through all that stuff and get the right information and put it on there for Madden. We'll break it down through there occasionally during the week a couple of times. We're going to have our daily live streams, guys. We're doing the Pro Bowl, but who cares, right? That's more of a chat time for us here. Pro Bowl don't matter. We're going to be at the Pro Bowl tomorrow, guys, and that's the big deal for us. Exactly. I can't wait. We got these right here. My Cowboys family. Well, let me fix it. My Cowboys family. Little $10 or more. Anybody who's done that, you get one of these. We already sent out a whole bunch of them. How about unboxings? And Barry B posted a picture. Man, you are awesome. Thank you all. X Factor did a video. Of course, DJ Crown J did a video. All our fans out there, man. We respect and love you guys, and we hope the same back from you to us. So thank you all, guys. We're going to be at the Pro Bowl tomorrow. If we see any Cowboy fans, we're passing these out. We're going to be screaming Cowboys. For our only 3 Cowboys out there, we don't care. We're still going to be representing the star. And we're going to be, hopefully getting some access to maybe talk to these players, at least get some autographs and chill. And we'll probably be going live. So make sure your notification bell is on, guys. It's going to be fun.
So, D. Will, thank you so much for joining us here. Octavius Watley. Yeah, Octavius Watley, Dallas Cowboys in Georgia, of course. Thank you, man. Thanks for being here.
Great.
Spoony Dog said, die, Eagles, die. DJ Crown J, of course, man. Thank you so much. And, guys, make sure to go and sub up to him and Dallas Cowboys in Georgia and Space Cowboy 17 and all these guys.
Yes.
Let me see. Lanier Young, thanks for being here. LPG Nation, Andrew DeCall. Let me see. Monte Roquemore. Buddy Johnson, thanks for being here, man. Manuel Corona, what's up? Thanks for joining us.
Awesome, man.
Let me
Down
see.
with the trolls, right, guys?
Yeah, let me see. Billy Murphy, thank you for being here as well. Ruben Benitez, thanks for joining us.
And guys, we would love to, to do
go back any farther.
We would love to do. We're not about hate here. We're really about love on this channel. We would love to do a million different podcasts or interviews with any of these guys. From Space Cowboy 17, which we were one of the first ones to do a podcast with him. One of the first ones. I know he had a Baltimore channel that he was doing, but on the Cowboy sites here on our site, that was our first Google chat.
Yeah, it was.
So it was an awesome experience, and now I'm so happy that he's growing. He's going to go past us here in a minute, guys. So make sure you sub up to him. Congratulations.
Go sub up to him now. He just finally passed 1,000 subscribers. So
it's awesome, guys. And on top of that, you got that, and then you also have all the way up, guys, all the way DJ Crown J starting up, and Rave, Dallas Cowboys in Georgia. Yes. So you have these guys starting up. You have Dallas Cowboy Football News and Space Cowboy 17, as we mentioned, and you have so many of the big ones too that we've done a podcast with here, and they are called into their show, which is whether it's Voch Lombardi or Law Nation. I love what Foots the King does for Cowboys Nation TV, or Joe Martinez. He does for Cowboys Blog, and of course, guys, there's no denying it. Shango is the master, all right, but he doesn't do daily stuff the way that all these other guys do, and of course, including Mark Holmes and Jobu, all right. He does his thing, we do our thing. Everybody does their own little thing, and you got to respect it because it's Cowboys Nation forever, guys. That's the way it is. So we would do anything with anyone. We don't go around hoping to get on channels. We just hope that we earn some respect out there with a lot of you YouTubers out there, the Cowboy fans out there, and from the feedback we've gotten back, it's been 99% fantastic. So we were surprised it took this long for a dumb troll over here to try to infiltrate. Look, it's all good, man. Let them start their problems. We're going to keep doing our thing here, and we hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is a nice big chat tonight. I'm glad we went through all these things, the ins and the outs. And it was really a fun and interesting discussion tonight, guys. We really do appreciate these things, and it really keeps us going through, us getting through this offseason of watching the Eagles get to the Super Bowl and beyond, But we have some positive things to look forward to, and let's keep that positively and that good stuff alive, guys. Go Cowboys, you know what I mean? Right. So let's finish the shout-outs, and then we're going to take a question or two, and we're done, guys.
No, that's pretty much it. I don't see anybody new here, so let me see. Spoony Dog said, great chat, guys. Time to go watch some film. Football never dies.
Never.
LGP Nation, I want to Patrick Creighton type receiver, reliable. Beasley's too short for plays down the field. So, and then Dallas Cowboy and Georgia said, I like the community feel better. So, LPG Nation, people are bored, trolls get bored, block them, don't mention them. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, it's not letting us block. I don't know if it's YouTube that's broken or not. Because usually it does.
I may have to go through it. I mean, it's not a mod. I mean, I have to do it.
True.
Don't worry, though.
So we'll get it figured out. Either way, guys, don't worry about it.
Okay, just watch this video to see how he's endangering his family. And we'll go from there. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say. He's not a real Cowboy fan, guys. If he was, he would act differently. You have to have some respect in life, And some of these trolls don't. And that's all good. They got nothing better to do than to try to mess with us. And it's still not even phasing us, guys. So it's all good. We are so happy you guys are here with us, guys. Thank you. Special for tonight. Special thanks to DJ Crown J once again for being our champion, but also being our leader in our weekly super chat and what he dropped today, guys.
That's right.
He sprinkled a little help here on the channel. So thank you so much, man, DJ Crown J. You are the man. Sub up to his channel right now.
That's right. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us here. And never, ever forget the #1 main focus of this channel always
will be forever. Win, lose, or draw, guys. Now and forever. Good, bad, or ugly. Even as ugly as K. Guys, we're going to keep eating, keep feeding.
Easy.
And ignoring the trolls, guys. You know what it's all about here. Right here. Right there behind me, guys. You know what it is. Right over there.
Yep.
Go Cowboys!
Woo! Have a good night.
Forever,
we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Peace. Stay safe, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at the Pro Bowl. Don't forget. Join us there.